A new report from the CDC has the agency sounding the alarm about extremely high levels of depression, suicidal thoughts, substance abuse, and violence experienced by teen girls and LGBTQ youth.
Here to discuss the report is Daily Wire reporter Amanda Prestigiacomo. So, Amanda, this is some pretty shocking data. What did the CDC find?
Hey, Georgia. Well, the data were collected in the fall of 2021. So this is really our first glimpse of CDC youth risk behavior surveillance data since the start of COVID lockdowns. And it uncovered how distressed many teens are, especially girls, and especially those who identify as something other than heterosexual. Now let's get into some hard numbers. Nearly 3 in 5 high school girls surveyed, or 57%, reported feelings of persistent sadness or hopelessness. That's a 60% increase over the past decade. 30% of teen girls said they've seriously considered attempting suicide in the past year, and that was a shocking 11-point increase since 2011 when the rate was 19%. So for some comparison, boys answering that same question about suicide showed a 1% increase since 2011, totaling 14%, which is about half of what was found for girls. This was also really shocking. More than 1 in 10 teen girls said they have been forced to have sex. That's a 27% jump from just 2019. And this was the first time the CDC saw an increase since they first started monitoring this metric. And nearly 1 in 5 teen girls said they've experienced sexual violence in the past year. That's a 20% increase from 2017.
Now, you also mentioned that the numbers were even worse for LGBT youth. Tell us about that.
Yeah, that's right. So nearly 70% of all students identifying as LGBT said they suffer persistent feelings of sadness or hopelessness. Nearly half said they've seriously considered attempting suicide, and 1 in 4 actually did attempt suicide. By the way, the CDC actually identified this group as LGBTQ+, because the agency didn't specifically ask about gender identity when conducting its research, leaving out that T for transgender.
Now, did the report include any recommendations about how the CDC thinks we can turn this trend around?
Yeah, the agency basically said school intervention is the answer here, but noticeably absent from the agency's listed strategies was anything about social media use or the pervasive nature of pornography, which could be a tie to the spike in sexual violence experienced by young girls. And a quick note on porn, studies have shown that kids as young as elementary school age are being exposed to this adult content, with an estimated 15% of kids being exposed before they're even 10 years old. And of the teens who watch porn on a regular basis, it's been found that up to 83% of them have viewed porn that depicts rape and other violence.
Now, what about social media use? We've reported before that there's research showing that this can have a particularly harmful effect on young girls.
Yeah, that's right. Young girls have seen rates of depression, anxiety, and self-injury surge since 2010. That's when social media platforms were really expanding. Places like Facebook and Instagram, where girls are often comparing their likes and photos to others, can really amplify body image issues and other insecurities. So it's really a confluence of factors here, but an extremely troubling trend.
Absolutely. Amanda, thanks for reporting.
Anytime.
That was Daily Wire reporter Amanda Prestigiacomo.
Coming up, the economy is still struggling with stubborn inflation.